Whilst we do see chaos in the global supply chains, I don't see this as a consequence of anyone doing anything wrong. What we are seeing is hundreds of container vessels stuck outside ports. We are seeing trucks unable to pick up containers piling up in ports. What has gone wrong with the ports? Why don't they work? But let me try to add some of the context over from the shipping line side to this discussion, because whilst we do see chaos in the global supply chains as it is right now and as it has been for the last 18 months, I don't see this as a consequence of anyone doing anything wrong. That might sound fairly odd, but in reality, when we look at all the ripples from the pandemic, every individual entity seemed to have done the right thing at the right time. That just unfortunately leads us to where we are now. Just a few key examples. China shuts down in January, start February last year. So demand drops. What do? You cancel sailings because there is no cargo. The cargo can't make it to the ports. That's fairly logical. China reopens. What do? You put in more vessels to cater for all the cargo that didn't move. Completely logical. Europe and North America shuts down before these vessels arrive. Now nobody wants to take delivery of that cargo. What do? Well, partially what the lines did was to offer those shippers, since you don't want to take delivery, maybe you want it taken off at other locations where we have space to store it. So now that cargo ends off in odd locations, again, for the right reasons at the right time. Then the North American consumer, this is very specific North America, not so much elsewhere, decides that they're bored during the pandemic, so they buy oodles of stuff online. So now we have a demand boom on Trans-Pacific. What do? Well, you move ships to the Trans-Pacific. Obviously, that's where demand is. What you cannot move is terminal capacity. Then you get a massive congestion problem. Then port workers get sick. Then Suez Canal gets blocked. Then Yantian shuts down. We have all these different things compounding on top of each other. And at every single stage, I see an industry, ports, shipping lines, forwarders, cargo owners, given the circumstances at that point in time, they have acted rationally. The problem is that just has a lot of ripple effects causing the problem that we're faced with right now. And to the point of the ports having a difficult time dealing with ships that don't arrive on time, I can certainly sympathize. Just to throw a number out there, before the pandemic, if I look at it globally, typically 70 to 80% of vessels arrived on time, which is not really a stellar performance to start with, but that was the normal state of affairs. Presently, we are down at around 35% of vessels arriving on time. So 2 out of 3 vessels are late. And when they are late, they are on average a week late, which is pretty difficult to handle, both for a port and for inland logistics. This is global. The place where it's worst is Trans-Pacific, where a couple of months ago, less than 10% of vessels arrived on time. That just makes it extremely difficult to deal with the supply chain.